From what? Facebook?
Yep.
Should I do Facebook too or Instagram?
You can do Instagram. But we are live on Facebook right now. Hello. Say hi.
Man, fuck them.
Damn, Miles, that was a little rude. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, they'd be alright. Fuck them.
Oh, man. You could have been had all that set up. You actually got here almost on time.
So now I gotta
Almost.
I beat you.
Finally. All right, thank you and welcome everyone for tuning in to Fall Through the Stoop. I'm BLK Pepper Potts. Boy, I ain't started to show off for so long. I don't even know what to say.
That's why I
How do you usually do this? That's because I'm usually doing 10 more things before we even get started, probably.
Alright, do I need to angle this better or should I do it the sideways thing?
I can do it however. It doesn't matter. But acknowledge the fact that we're live. Hello, Brandon.
Hey man, fuck them. I'm trying to get my goddamn camera now. Now goddamn it, either they gonna check it or respect it.
Okay, I'll be in the shot.
I'm trying to get you in there, Ricky. You gotta get closer or something.
What are you on Instagram? Alright, so everybody tune in. I'm sorry, we're getting started. I'll just lean back. We're good. We're getting started a little slow here today. We're getting started a little slow here today because yes, I was actually very, very late. It's kind of shameful. Did you introduce yourself at all, or you
Man, I'm still waiting for you to tell me to hit this thing.
Hey, go live. We live on Facebook.
There we go. Hold on. Let's check in connection.
I know you was waiting on me. All right, so again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Eventually, he'll get his Instagram up and started, and I can have a.
Yeah, we live. We ain't in the shot though.
Don't worry about me. Let's just go ahead and get started now.
Can I
you
talk?
Say your name? Yeah, there we go.
I'm Maseratii. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be your lovely host for this evening.
Oh boy. Once
again, I'm here every 2 weeks as usual. Provide you with telling stories of my adventures of my life. Things happened as I was growing up. What?
I said, is that what those are?
Yeah. It's always.
Oh, they talking to. Oh, somebody said, hi, baby.
Hey. Are they talking to me or you?
Yeah, they talking to you.
Oh, that's my mama.
I know. I'll set you all the way up.
I was about to be like, hey, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why you saw
Somebody been like, oh. My grandma been watching TV like, oh.
You saw it. I was like, no, look at the name, sir. Good grief. Because I didn't know if you wanted to say it, so I didn't want to be, putting your business all over the streets like, your mom's watching.
Man.
Or that show mom at all. Alright, so anyway.
Comments on Facebook.
So somebody had a birthday this week.
I sure did. It wasn't even this week. It was.
Thank you. Yours was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about me.
Oh, no.
Alright, go ahead. Talk about yourself.
You know what you can do? Scoop the fuck over.
Yeah, but if I scoot over, I'm gonna be out the shot. You ain't gonna be in the shot.
See that? Look, now we both kind of in it. But now, look at how you are on that camera. Alright. Can we get started right now? I'm gonna cut all that first part out.
Why?
Because we started so wrong. We started so unprofessional today. That was pathetic. That was a pathetic start.
I don't
to
think
the
people
show.
tune into our show for professionalism. That's not our fan base, it's professionalism. I don't think they're like, that was unprofessional. I think that they could have did a better job with the setup and the.
What do you think people tune into the show for?
Man, shit, me.
Oh my God, I shouldn't have asked that question.
Shit,
I
me.
should not have asked that question. I set myself up.
Yeah, it's always me, baby.
Yeah, you
gotta understand something.
You got that one. Alright.
I am the rhyme and the reason, baby. The Alpha and the Omega. You understand what I'm telling you? I'm right here. Anybody want to sign me? I'm 200,000 a show, like Little Baby. You understand?
200,000 a show.
Yeah, I host. I might spill a little freestyle for you, but it ain't gonna be free. It's 100,000 a show. You want to book me?
I mean,
you want 10% or not? Keep quiet and just go ahead and book it.
Book them.
That's right. That's what I thought.
Book them.
That's what I thought. Oh, we got 3 or 4 shows. You like, somebody really booked us for.
I know. That's book them. Please, Instagram book them. Facebook book them.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, I just made that one up. What if Facebook and Instagram merges and they turn into Instagram?
They may as well, shit.
Would they be Instagram or Instabook?
I don't know why they don't connect everything anyway.
It seems like they kind of are. You got a lot of Facebook and Instagram already,
Yeah, like they got this.
So yeah,
same trigger words and shit.
Yeah, they could just go ahead and just merge the two together. Now you know that's ugly. Cut that. Oh, your mama over here talking about you. All right, so you had all the subject matter for today.
I'm gonna let you start off with the Dave Chappelle shit, because that's probably gonna be the longest. Cause
the Dave Chappelle. I mean, I guess we can start there.
Yeah, that's gonna take a long time. They did a whole lot of shit.
I'm starting it, or you start? I can start
shit.
it.
You want me to start?
I'm assuming you watched it.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
It was a. Yeah, you started, because I want to see what your take on it was.
All right, so I mean, are we starting off about what we think about the special, or are we just starting off with?
Wherever you want, you starting.
I mean, I like the special.
Okay.
You know, I've always found, you know, here's the thing, and it's something that y'all really have to understand, and because I've seen people saying like they really didn't like it or they didn't think it was funny, but you got to go back and you got to understand who Dave Chappelle is as a comedian, because he's not the person that comes out there and hits you with like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy comes out like his shit is like set up joke. Like Dave Chappelle comes out there and he's gonna tell you every single time. And for the past 3 specials, he's pretty much tried to explain certain things in a comical way, which is, you know what I'm saying, it takes up more time and it's a little bit better because it helps you understand things that people have said about him, and he hits you with different angles, like walking away from 50 million. And every time he gives you a different story, and he relates that story to why he walked away from 50 million.
Yeah.
Or he relates certain things to people being racist. Like every show is always something where he'll bring it back to, like, okay, so here's what happened, and this is what we bring it back to. So this time he tried to explain about the LGBTQ community. And people just, they didn't listen to it, or somebody, I know what happens a lot of times. One person hears it, they relate what he said to somebody else, and everybody's like, oh, I can't believe he said that. And they didn't
He said that
watch
on the
it.
show.
Yeah. They did the exact same thing that he said. But that's what people do though. Like, it happens. Like it happens to us in real life. Like something that happened, or you would tell somebody something, and then that person will go off and tell somebody else some shit, and they leave out the important shit, and they just tell the shit that they want to tell about the situation. And then it takes off from there, because people just get the juicy part, they run off with the juicy part, and then when it gets back to you, like, yeah, but nobody told y'all about X, Y, and Z that happened. I said this, and this. They left all that out. And that's what happened with Dave Chappelle. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Because they are highly pissed. Well, certain people are highly pissed. And I looked up the person that started it off, the Black Coalition, the Black Justice. It's called like Black Justice Coalition. And everybody was like, well, why is it these people haven't stepped in when it was white officers shooting blacks and this, that, and the third? And I looked it up because I never heard of them. Like, it was one thing popped up, like, I never heard of them.
Yeah, where were they doing, with the riots?
That's not their case.
But no. That's what I'm saying. If anybody was probably what people were saying, where were they for?
Yeah, I looked it up. Their whole thing is pretty much the injustices of the LGBT community. It's not. It has nothing to do with blacks. It has nothing to do with us.
Is it for the black people within the LGBTQ community?
Perhaps? They say minorities, but they group everything together. Like, it ain't just like, minorities, blacks that fall into the but you have to be in the LGBT community. Like, right, but I'm straight. They don't defend me.
Right, but it's just interesting that they would have the name black in it, because that's what I'm like. Well, maybe it's for black people or people of color within the LGBT community.
Yeah, black people in the community.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
But minorities, like, they say black, but it's also
so they also
say
mean people of color in general. Okay.
Minorities is what they say.
That's understandable. I get it.
Not if you say minorities. When you say minorities in there, minorities is...
Well, because it may have started for just blacks and then evolved to be people of color.
Okay.
Which is very possible. But also, I don't know anything about them. I hadn't heard of them until then. My take on Dave Chappelle, I wasn't offended by anything he said. It just wasn't funny. Like, we used to get the Dave Chappelle comedy specials, to me, used to feel more like his perspective of life and the way he viewed things, living in the things that he was talking about. And that's perfectly fine. Now it seems more like he's trying to just be more controversial it feels more that way. Like, I didn't laugh as much as I laugh at him on his other, or even just the previous 2 Netflix specials that they recently did. Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, I kind of didn't care. I watched it, and I actually watched it before people really even gave that opinion about it. So I formed that one all on my little own.
I mean, I don't think that he was trying to be controversial with it. I think he was trying to explain why people think it's controversial when he talks about these things. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at Dave Chappelle and he was like,
controversial though, or otherwise he wouldn't talk about it.
I mean, yes and no. Like,
yeah,
we had a point where like you can't say shit. Like, anything, like, I can't, oh my God, like, I don't care who you are, it's such a divide of everything. Like, you can't say shit about nothing, about nobody, because somebody's gonna stand up and say, well, you're attacking this group of people. It don't matter what the fuck you say.
Is it possible that now, because people respond to it that way, it also escalates because it's great promotion? Netflix paid Dave Chappelle a lot of money, and they expect that money to come back, and they expect people to watch. So I also looked at it that way. Not saying even his intent, but they definitely riding with it. Oh shit, this is some of the best promotion you can get for his special, is people to be angry at it and talk about it for what, almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, all promotions.
Yeah,
promotion.
but see, and that's what I was saying when it came to even watching it. It doesn't feel so much of his opinion anymore. It doesn't feel so much of his viewpoints anymore. It feels more of to agitate. And I know what happens with creators sometimes. You keep doing this thing and it's so good, and you know people are going to pay attention to it, so you just keep doing it. But you lose the creative aspect of it. So like, the existence of what it was already there. It's just now how you stand and ain't funny no more. At least it wasn't for me. I didn't laugh.
I mean,
it's supposed to be a comedy special, so I was like supposed to laugh a lot. I didn't laugh a lot.
Well, I mean, like I said, Dave Chappelle's not the setup for the joke and hit you with the joke.
But I always laugh, though.
He's one of them people that he always tells you these stories about certain things. And, you know, you just have to understand, like, we talk about things being controversial, but, you know, I can think of a million different times when people have said way worse shit. Yeah. And I was like, if things weren't so controversial, and even I think Damon Wayans was the person that said, like, he just don't even want to do comedy no more because you can't say anything without such and such, a non-profit group formed in the group of such and such is coming in and they're offended by something you said. And the first thing that's going to happen is other people will be like, they're offended by that? Well, you know what? Maybe what they're saying is offending you because you can't tell people that they're not. I'm like, people, like, goddamn. Like, if somebody tells a joke about you, just ride with the fucking joke sometimes. People talk about...
Sometimes people are generally offended, though.
That's
just what it is. Now, without even what else was going to say, if you really think about it, there is people out there that are going to be offended by what he said. So on the flip side of that, just him having the right to say it also means people have the right to be offended, though.
You have a right to be offended. You also got a right to not fucking watch and just shut up.
True. But then, too, you are also stuck with it popping up on your social media and on your timeline because other people posting it. Because there's been plenty of things I ain't gave a shit fuck about, and it still got to be in my face. Because you even get the advertisement for it. You gonna get an ad for a Dave Chappelle special. Like, even if you don't, it's just like, that's kind of an example of something that even if you don't want to watch it, you're gonna find out about it anyway.
I mean, that's just algorithms, though. Like, I've really been paying attention to algorithms.
Sometimes it's the people on your friends list.
I mean, it's algorithms, though, because those are your friends, and if they watch the show, then you go get hit with that shit because you're going to interact with them and what they interact with.
It's not maybe your personal algorithms, it's just because that person is, for example, on your Facebook, for instance, and then they talking about it or posting a clip of it.
I mean, shit, if you watched it, it's going to pop up. If you watch part of it, it's going to pop up.
Yeah, but even if you don't, it's still going to probably hear about it.
I hear about a whole lot of shit, and I'll be thinking to myself, like, how the fuck is this even, why is this even on my timeline? I looked up, I was trying to do something business-wise, and now everything, they just kill me with this shit. I was trying to start a trucking company, and everything's just fucking trucks. I'll be like, yeah, like everybody got some type of seminar or something going on.
Oh yeah, that's a different kind of, that's based off of like search related.
I mean, but shit.
Yeah, well,
I've searched other things. when I'm looking at porn and they say it's a hot chick within 2.5 miles that want to fuck, why is it that chick don't pop up in my goddamn people I should know? She never pops up in my people I should know.
Maybe she don't have a Facebook. Or maybe
man, everybody got something, goddammit. They should pop up somewhere. The chick that want to fuck that's 2.5 miles away don't never show up. Never.
She do when you watching porn, though, don't she?
No, because she ain't 2.5 miles away.
Oh, they probably.
I don't know where them motherfuckers be from. They just be somewhere out fucking and videotaping it and shit.
Well, you know, given some of the things that's taking place, they gonna really be even more hidden. Because, like, all people with OnlyFans shit been, like, stalked. And I think a couple killed, kidnapped. And I don't think you really gonna hear all too much about, you know, their location. Why would you? You know?
Because it's social media. People talk about everything. People.
I don't think so.
Listen, you get to a point, man, where people have talked so much that they don't even realize the things that they can't even control themselves from doing certain stuff. Mm-hmm. Like the rapper Pooh Shiesty is in prison right now because he committed a crime and they caught him because the money he was flashing on his social media, the serial numbers matched the serial numbers to the money that was taken from the crime. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if you have a legitimate career doing something legal, why do you flash the illegal money?
Stolen money?
Why? What the fuck would you do that? And then like if you've done something illegal, at certain points, like,
flashing the money
yeah,
anyway? Like,
it's almost like motherfuckers get away with some shit, then get on social media to tell you how they like, nigga, this is not a comic book. You ain't about to sit up there and be like, let me tell you how I got away with this, Batman. But first, what happened was,
the villain usually does, man. That's what usually fucking happens.
Me and Jamal went and got a band from Enterprise, the one on Brook Park. You sit up there thinking to yourself, like, are these niggas serious right now?
Oh, it happens. You ain't even in your own IG live.
What?
Damn.
Am I on?
Now you are, yeah. So, all right. And in relation to Dave Chappelle, you have brought up another story. And I will say, again, I'm not saying that I had an issue with anything Dave Chappelle, and I even agree with a lot of the things he said. Not exactly, because there were some things, like when he brought up the comparison of people being able to change their gender, and Muhammad Ali couldn't even change his name. Well, that was a different time also. Well, it was a little different. Like, people that wanted to change their gender back then, like, you wouldn't have been able to, like, do that then, and you could barely completely even do that now as far as being called he or she. But anyway, you had a story that kind of went along the lines of some of the valid points that he made, whether I completely agree with them or not. You want to tell that story?
Are we talking about Bill Cosby or the kids?
The kids.
Oh, well, all right, so here's what happened. In Rome, Georgia, some kids decided to come to school with a Confederate flag. Mm-hmm. And because the black kids in the school was like, you know, you go let them do that, they organized a walkout, so they were going to walk out. So the school decided to get the police involved, and they said that anybody that was involved in this walkout would be suspended, and some of them would be arrested for this. Now keep in mind, there was no consequences for the kids that decided to bring the Confederate flag there, or bring it to the school and, you know, showcase it like that. But the peaceful protest, which isn't harming nobody, was the problem with the school. But I kept reading, and I read it on Reddit, and people that have lived in Rome, Georgia, will tell you, like, that's the type of thing that happens. Like, you're definitely going to be in a old town type of atmosphere of Georgia. Like, what you think about Georgia from the 1700s mm-hmm. is pretty much what, like, I guess Rome, Georgia still is. Like,
a lot of the South.
Yeah, but, you know, and I'm thinking, like, man, that's kind of crazy that, you know, you're trying to, like, I don't have a problem with if you want to wear a Confederate flag and that's your heritage, because you may have been, you know, you may have came from a family that fought on that side, and you think to yourself, like, I mean, hey, you know, this is part of us, so you may wear it. In the South.
And for some, it's more than, I'm glad you said that, because for some, it's more than just, people automatically relate that flag and then the South and then automatically slavery. Like, so it's just a whole culture thing. We ain't gotta go up in there. You just had a really good point in saying that it's more than just about, you know, what it is for everybody else.
Yeah, but I mean, And I say that because before it was a thing of people just really being upset about it, you can look on old like album covers and see people had like rap covers.
Too,
yeah, people had Confederate flags and shit.
Plenty of them.
Because they were, you know what I'm saying, like that was the South. That's who they fought with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, even though we won, you know, the Union won, but you still got to think like it ain't like we talking about somebody fighting for actual freedom against slavery. It was kind of like, yeah, we're fighting to pretty much put more whites in jobs or positions to work. That's what the shit was about. Like, we didn't get freedom because they was like, we gotta free these niggas.
The Civil War wasn't about freedom.
Yeah, they was like, listen, they was like, all this free labor. They was like, all this fucking free labor. The white people can't find jobs because it's fucking free. So they was like, if we make these motherfuckers have to employ these people, then more whites would get jobs. So they was like, we gotta free these slaves. That's what the fucking shit was about.
That would be one reason. But that's not what. Let's get into the story you had.
I mean, shit. You know, the kids is getting in trouble for a peaceful walkout, and nothing was done to these kids that came to school as a group with these Confederate flags.
To agitate the situation. Yeah. I'd rather say to provoke and things like that versus they just came to school with a Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Because you came to school with an intent. From what this sounds like.
It was a group of y'all that decided to do this shit. Like,
and I'm willing to guarantee you they didn't think a peaceful walkout would happen either.
I mean,
I bet they thought it would be something a lot more aggressive.
I mean, I hope not. I hope that nobody think like, you know what? Because the niggers.
No, because I feel like they were trying to provoke. So in order to the outcome of provoking a group of people based off race, you wouldn't expect, and you know how we get thought of that way anyway, and seen in that light as being, you know, thugs. So yeah, I bet you they thought it was gonna be a fight versus a peaceful walkout.
You know what I just thought about too? You know what? Because we talk about this a lot, and I brought a point up before when it came to certain things. But you know, I always said, I use this as an example. I said, you know what? And this is gonna be a different story that's in the news. I said, you know what? Here's a problem. If a kid goes to school and gets bullied on, and he tells the teacher, and the teacher says, okay, we're just going to separate you. That kid continues to get bullied on. He goes to the principal. The principal sits the parents down. Nothing happens. The kid continues to get bullied on. You know, we sit back and we be like, all right, well, you know, we kind of expect these kids to just handle getting bullied until they can't handle enough. And then when that little kid comes to school with a gun, we talk about everything around what actually happened. Like, oh, well, we need gun control. Oh, well, where did he get the gun from? Oh, well, he needs mental health. And a lot of times you think to yourself like, no, he was tired of getting his head pushed in the toilet every day. Yeah. Like, you can only take so much until you like, I can't beat him up. It's not fucking TV. I can't beat him up. The only thing I can do is I'm so fucking mad, I come in here, I light this shit up. The problem didn't start until he lit everybody up. It didn't start with everybody saying, hey, he has a problem. He's getting his ass beat every day.
Yeah.
Now, let's fast forward to today, or not today, but I think last week, it was a black kid that went into a school. I think he killed like 10 kids. And people was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And then they showed the video like 10 hours later of this kid getting his ass beat inside of a classroom by this dude. And the teacher's like, he's lightweight trying to break it up, but he's not doing a great job. Like, the kid is getting his ass beat in the corner and shit. And the teacher's walking over there. And I'm thinking to myself like, well, I mean, you let him get beat up. Like, you're a teacher.
Because I got bullied in school.
Everybody got bullied though.
Yeah, but the levels in which that happened, one, is different for everyone. Two, the levels and how people are able to handle it. Because first of all, everybody don't get bullied. We gotta stop saying that. Everybody does not get bullied. Everybody.
What do we consider?
Sometimes you're just the bully, first of all. But everybody. Oh my God.
But what you got to remember this too is a lot of times when we have somebody that's a bully, it's because they go home and they have a parent that's bullying one of them. So they just passing that shit down.
Sometimes people are just assholes and they start from.
Yeah, sometimes they is. Well, sometimes they is. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we always say like, you know, everybody don't get bullied, but you do endure. Like, it's a lot of motherfuckers. Like, you'll talk to the coolest person in the world and they'll be like, man, my parents didn't have enough money for the Jordan, so they, you know what I'm saying, on Jordan Day, you know what I'm saying, all day long, killing my ass. I go home damn near tears.
Shit people say though to be included.
I mean, shit.
But I know when we were growing up, I don't know. I think it's a little bit different now, especially because things get recorded. Well, no, I'll take that back. It's the same way. They tell you now. It's like, you know, when you are the kid that's being picked on, you're supposed to just tell the teacher. Like, you're not even supposed to fight back.
Yeah.
That is the dumbest shit ever. That is the absolute dumbest shit ever because you're telling the kid to get bullied. And it's also the dumbest shit ever because the schools don't properly handle those situations.
Yeah, I was a victim of that.
Me too.
I was very small growing up, and they had started busting these kids over that were from a rougher neighborhood. So a lot of them had failed. So imagine a 13-year-old being in class with some dudes that's 15, 16-year-olds. Yeah. And at one point they had like a stun gun. Like they're hitting people with a fucking stun gun in class. And I told the teacher, like, hey, look, I don't feel safe. Maybe y'all should move me. They had a meeting where they had like a bunch of my teachers get together. And
what is there to discuss?
Yeah, and they had a bunch of my teachers. I'm like, well, I just don't feel safe in this class. I'm like, first off, I'm the smallest motherfucker in here. I'm like, they got stung. I'm like, I'm the youngest motherfucker in here. I'm like, y'all got like 5 dudes in here that's like 16. I'm in the fucking, 8th grade? I'm in 8th grade. Like, I'm the smallest nigga in here. Get me the fuck up out of here with these old ass niggas. And they was like, well, we came to the conclusion that we felt like X, Y, and Z. And they didn't take me out. They left me in this class. And then they was mad at me that I wasn't doing good. I'm like, you can't do good if you're worried about the fucking getting stunned and shit. And they was like, well, a lot of other kids don't have any complaints. I'm like, cool. I'm like, they're not gonna do that to the girls. I'm like, they're trying to fuck the girls. I'm like, there's only like 5 of us dudes in here. I'm like, I'm the smallest dude. The dude Allen was fucking 250 pounds in 8th grade. Ron worked out. I'm the smallest nigga in the class and the youngest too, because I'm already younger than everybody. Get me the fuck out of here. And they were like, oh, we don't think that. I'm like, who's running the show?
Damn, well, clearly not you.
Yeah, apparently. But they left me in that mode. They were like, well, he needs to. And the fucked up thing is I got hurt. And my mother came up to the school to collect my work because I got hurt. And the teacher go say, well, he's not doing his work. I'm like, bitch, my writing hand is broke. Like, what do you want me to do? And then she's like, oh, we're doing this. And, yeah.
I know you wasn't saying that.
They were so fucking rough in my junior high school. Like, it would be basketball and they'd push you to the bleachers. You'd be like,
what junior high did you go to?
Schuler.
I was at Schuler, but you was there before me.
They didn't have them Kinsman kids still going there from Kinsman?
That's what I was just about to say.
Shit, we was the first year to get Kinsman.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah, it was bad. But I was
wrong.
But the thing was, see, I was coming from Gallagher.
Listen,
Schuler wasn't shit. I was coming from Joseph and motherfucking Gallagher, so by the time I got to Schuler, I don't know, maybe it was that crazy. It wasn't as bad as Schuler, so I didn't even realize it. Actually, I thought Schuler was not as bad. Schuler, Gallagher, when I was there, was the worst school in the city of Cleveland. No, literally, like I'm not, like it was on the news and everything.
Man, the news cameras just never showed up to Schuler because these niggas was fighting every
single
day.
I went to both. I can tell you right now, Schuler ain't got shit.
It was 2 chicks.
Back then.
I had class with both these chicks, and they was both bigger. They both had to be about at least 170. Like one chick had to be about like 5'8", and I was small, so to me she was giant. The other chick was shorter, but she was a bigger chick, and they got into a fight. I was like, these are 2 of the biggest brawls I've ever seen in my life fighting. And they were in junior high school. Mm-hmm. They were fucking junior high, and it seemed like everybody that was bused from Garden Valley from Kinsman. It seemed like they had all failed because I'm like, these are grown men. These niggas were grown to me. I'm looking like, these motherfuckers are fucking grown. Why are they in class with me?
Why are you over here on the west side bothering?
Yeah, like that's the whole thing. Now it was east side, west side shit. Yeah, and we had grown niggas coming up here to fight them.
Yeah, and that caused a lot of problems just in school anyway. It really did when you think about it because at that time, I know I'm about to tell our age, but at that time, you had the Tupac and Biggie shit. So you had the East Coast, West Coast shit going on in music, and then with kids living in the city of Cleveland because they were crossing borders and mixing the East Side and West Side kids, we had the same shit happening in school.
My shit was before the Biggie and Pac shit. My shit was when niggas thought they was gang members. They was West Coast. Every nigga thought they was in the West Coast. Every nigga thought they was in folks. every nigga was a Crip, every nigga was a
what
folk.
I got there it was about Biggie and Pac.
I'm sitting up there thinking to myself like, all y'all niggas can't be in a gang. I'm like, what? Like, how do y'all stay out this late that y'all are able to gang bang? I'm like, I'm 13. What the fuck? I'm like, I got a bedtime. Y'all niggas ain't got bedtime or nothing. That's why I'm like, y'all niggas grown. You got time to gang bang and do all this shit.
You know what's funny though? By the time we got to high school, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, because you know why? Because all the niggas that was fucked up. They didn't make it. They didn't graduate. I was in maybe 10th or 11th grade when I finally seen one of my homeboys that never came to school. They had a program where if you were of a certain age, they would just bump you up.
Oh yeah.
And I seen this nigga. I'm like,
was that the No Child Left Behind? No. That was before the No Child Left Behind.
I don't know what it was.
I forget what that is. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That nigga never came to school, and then he came for like a week and stopped coming.
Yeah, they would just place you based upon your age.
I said, so wait a minute, I gotta do all this work, but y'all just place his ass that don't never come in the same grade. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I coming to class every day if y'all just go bump me up anyway?
But you know what? What do you do in those situations? Because they can't be in class with children that are like way younger than them. Especially Cleveland Public School can't afford to have separate classroom to keep them, especially depending on how many kids you have. Like, how would that work anyway? So how is that problem solved? Tell them that if they're not coming to school, then they're not in school anymore. Right, but see, things happen. Things happen even in kids' lives. Who knows what could cause it? Sometimes you'll have kids that want to be there for whatever reason, shit going on at home or this, that, and the other. They're not. So what do you do to help the people that come back to school? But, there's a big age difference based upon their age and learning ain't, going hand in hand. Well, you can sit them down and say, here's what you can do. You can order some packets and do homeschooling. There's no point in you keep coming to school because even if that's the case, why you're coming to school, you're not caught up, you don't know the material because you obviously haven't done the 9th grade work. So when they bump you up to the 10th grade, you definitely don't know that shit. So you don't really have a chance unless you really out here busting your ass and studying and you'll be one in a fucking 10 million. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, just show them, like, you can do it at home. Just do the work at home and then do it like that because why you just bumping people up? Yeah, I don't agree with bumping them up, but I also looking at the homeschool thing, like if they are behind and they probably have trouble learning anyway, like homeschooling ain't gonna be it. And then like is what I was saying, some kids will have reasons that home is the problem that they weren't coming to school anyway and failing and things like that. I don't actually know what the solution to something like that is. Because you shouldn't put all the kids in one classroom just because that's the class that they should be in based upon their age. And they should be given the same chances to learn, even if it's a second chance. Because again, you never know what the reasons are for them not being there in the first. I don't know. Why don't they? Here's my thing. We always judge all these other places about losing freedoms, but we always argue about the wrong freedoms. I think like you should have to pass a test before you're allowed to have kids. I do because whoa, I don't know about that one, man. Shit, because you gonna just let everybody have kids and then we have all these problems. You talking about giving licenses to have children? Yeah. Ooh. Yes. Why are we just allowing everybody to just have kids and put them in these fucked up situations? And it's not like people fuck up and say, oh, rats. It's not a TV show. Oh, rats, I fucked up. Let me get my shit together. Because it's your right as a human, if you're able to produce, then nah. As many rights as they done took away? I don't care. Listen, even whoever as many rights as they took away? Even whoever gave birth to Hitler, I'm not about to say, yo, we need licenses to have kids. Yeah, we do. No, man. Get a license. Nope. Get a license. Even to the mother of Hitler. Get a license. Get a motherfucking license. No, I'm not going down that road. Shit. Let a motherfucker get a license. Ooh, no, that's all bad. Please. All right, what other topics do we have for today? We gotta stop just letting everybody have kids. Listen, I'm gonna change the subject. What other topics? I'm sick of this shit. I just gave you the solution. Test. Okay, yeah. Test to have a kid. All right, cool. What other topics do we have for today? Shit, more testing for kids. Shit.
I don't even remember. What was the other thing?
I don't know.
Dave Chappelle.
Topics,
it was the kids. Bill the chick from Bill Cosby show. Yeah. Lily Bernard. She's trying to bring up charges on Bill Cosby for she said that he raped
late
her.
to the party, ain't she?
I mean, shit.
You think they was holding that one back because of whatever was going on, and this is like a whole new charge?
I don't know, but
could he end up back in jail and like get the time that they wanted to give him in the first place? Because that was the first thing I thought when I saw that, and I don't know if I'm even going down the right road or I'm just totally off. But if they held that one back, and this is like a whole new case and a whole new charge, and she wouldn't have been included in any of the stuff before because she didn't come forward. Shit, man, they might have been holding on to that one.
I mean, shit, they might. That's what they did with R. Kelly. He beat that first charge in 2002 when he had
yeah, but they came super late though. This was like it's the same year he got out. Like they didn't even wait.
Hey. It depends. Like sometimes you be pissed. And the thing is this, with R. Kelly it was different because R. Kelly got out and he beat that case, and when he got out, it was pretty much TP2, Chocolate Factory. They wasn't about to stop that. Like, even no matter how fucked up you are, when you're dropping that type of music and they know like you stupid, and I'm not saying stupid as in he's stupid, but stupid as in you can't read or write, and they know they can get over on you, they're like, a record label's gonna put their money behind it, be like, oh no, he's not going to prison, my nigga. What? Oh, she 57?
So, when we were discussing this whole situation with Lily Bernard earlier, because this host right here was pulling up information and was like, Lily Bernard's 37. I'm like, Maz, that don't make no sense, because the headline of the story would be Bill Cosby is a pedophile, because this took place back in 1990, which would have made Lily Bernard like 6 years old, because you were thinking she was like 37.
It said she was 37.
Yeah, he was looking at totally wrong thing, and I told you that. What?
I showed you like two different things. It kept saying she was 37.
I told you that wasn't her.
That was
a
her.
Totally different person over some totally different shit. So anyway,
it's the same thing. It's saying Lily Bernard with her picture of Bill Cosby.
In conclusion, Bill Cosby is not being charged as being a pedophile.
It's not two Lily Bernards that was on the Cosby show.
Lily Bernard is actually 57. I told you.
You ain't about to blame. Look, you're not about to blame me.
No, because that would be the.
I told you that she probably wasn't no fucking 37 because she would be 6.
But you gave up and said no. She
I didn't give up. You were like, let's start the show. Stop looking for that. You're still looking for it. Ricky likes to rush you on information and then try to look the shit up during the show.
Well, it was your
trying to make
story.
it seem like you wrong and shit. I'm like, wait a minute. Don't rush me through something then try to fact find later on.
Got wrong in the first place.
I didn't get wrong shit. It's on them. Google it.
It took me
Google it.
5 seconds to pull
Google
that up, sir.
Google it. Lily Bernard.
Lily Bernard is
guarantee.
57. Like I said she looked like she was like 50 something. 52.
I'm the one that said she probably wasn't fucking 37.
I said it first. All right. So anyway.
But I said the thing. It said how old she was. It didn't have a whole article about the girl.
I don't know.
She's a Cuban American. It says the whole shit. Nobody's named Lily Bernard.
That wasn't the picture of the lady. I saw neither.
That was her though.
No, it wasn't.
Look on the Cosby Show. She had that same fro.
You got some little generic bootleg. What's your search?
She had the same fro. Pull up that picture of what that girl was like.
That's not.
That's the same lady that they showed, ain't it?
Well, then you should use Google.
Thank you. I remember the little girl with the afro. God damn it.
You should use Google.
It was Google, Ricky.
That you searched on?
Yes. I don't have nothing else.
That's what happened using iPhone. So anyway, no.
iPhone's the best phone.
Not. Clearly not. My laptop killed it. Clearly, though, he's not being charged with being a pedophile, which is good. But yeah, I think they helped this one. That's just how I feel about it.
I mean, shit.
I didn't even look at the details. Because also, like, I'm kind of... I know women have different reasons for not coming forward in the first place. And her situation, even if she waited till even if she was like, okay, this is going to trial, it looked like he might actually go to jail, maybe I can step forward. Because I know one reason women don't come forward right away being is people won't believe them. But then if that was your reason, like, yo, it got that far into the trial and shit, even when he was in jail, he's in jail and you could even maybe feel more safe to come out. I don't know. She doesn't have to state her reason for waiting, because once you start treating people like that, other people that, you know, are really, really innocent in the situation get treated the same way. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't know what her reasons are, but it's kind of like, you know, you had like a lot of good chances. I don't even want to say a lot of chances. You had a lot of good chances to come forward.
Listen, after everything that I've been saying these past couple years, I'm not surprised about shit. People come through, like now somebody may come through and say fucking Bill Cosby did some shit back in fucking 1979. I'll be like, I mean, you know, shit. It could be a little boy, so I'll be like, I mean,
and that's when people will get like really angry though.
I mean, people have been angry.
Nah. I noticed a lot of people didn't get mad at R. Kelly until the whole other.
What, the dude?
Yeah. Then it was like, oh, he messing with men too. Oh no, now it's all wrong. That happened. That happened.
I mean, we have fake homophobia too.
Yeah, that happened.
Be careful. I'm gonna say something, ladies. Be careful about fake homophobia. When, what is that saying? Thou protest too much. When these dudes is out here and they just too much of a, that gay, that fag, that this, that, and the third shit. You need to check his phone or something, because when they go overboard like that.
Yeah.
When they go overboard like that,
possibly as
like,
a cover up.
Most straight dudes that I know, like the Lil Nas X shit, they don't care about the shit.
Yeah.
If it's something that they like, we don't care about that shit for real. Like, we're not strong about, we just need to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody sits back and really thinks about this shit, you gonna be like,
yeah, because nobody's gonna turn you gay, so you were like, I ain't, what the fuck are you talking about? I can watch this shit a million times, it ain't gonna mean shit to me.
We have a fake homophobia where I think people really honestly believe that, because they always say, you know, children are the impressionable age, and I'm like, they are impressionable, but you're not gonna change who a child is.
Once you grow
up to be, yeah. If he's gonna be gay, he's gonna be gay.
And
it depends on how you treat him, as far as how soon you find out whether he's straight or gay. Because I'm pretty sure, like, I always want to call him Caitlyn. What is his real name? Wheaties Spot, the Jenner dad.
Let's just call him that. I like that.
The Jenner dad.
I don't know. It is Caitlyn. It's Caitlyn Jenner, but I like.
What was his real name though? When he was winning Bruce. All right, so when Bruce Jenner was out here and he was winning awards.
Or Jenner dad. The Jenner dad.
When Bruce Jenner was out here winning awards and running and shit, I'm pretty sure he was around a bunch of guys that was very macho. They might have been, this probably was engaged too, but he was around a bunch of dudes and they was probably talking about chicks and this and that and the third. He couldn't be who he wanted to be. That's why when people say something about somebody being straight, they be like, but he has kids. I be like, nigga, Bruce Jenner had kids and was a great fucking father.
Anything.
He was a great father. He waited till them kids got grown, had their own business, had their own careers. He was like, this is who I am. And he was like in his 50s or something.
And if you watched the show, you saw it developing. Like when he first kind of started growing his hair out was when the people were like, yo, he looking a little like he might. Yeah. But I can't say from what we get to see as being in the public watching that family, I do like how they handled it though. Even Chris, you just like, well, shit.
I mean, she probably
I think she already do though, yeah.
You probably already know.
But I do. I from being in the public and what they put out there, what we saw, I respect the way that they handled it, you know, as a family. But I know their family is a business, so they weren't about to fuck that up. But
yeah, shit, that was more money.
I know, that's something like shit. That was even better because they have a lot of the LGBTQ following.
Yeah,
they can't be mad at that. Even if they were mad at that, you wouldn't know they would be like mad at that.
That's
like
the best you will get
is like them being hurt, you know, or it being weird, or you know, so they can't be mad at it though because they're about to lose some money.
Caitlyn Jenner can go to the strictly LGBT community that they got a whole network. Mm-hmm. It's on cable. He can go there, man. He can start his own reality show. Mm-hmm. He can co-produce or produce another show based on it. Like that's a whole different realm of checks. They don't care about none of that shit that dude doing. Yeah. None of it. So I understand, like they like, oh yeah, they gonna handle everything good because every time something happens, they like shit. It's a check, nigga.
Yeah,
it's a motherfucking check.
Yeah, that's true.
We getting a divorce. Shit, Kim, the nigga, I don't know who's the mastermind, but goddamn, Kim said shit. We getting a divorce. Kanye West was like, oh okay, we getting a divorce. Next thing you know, she show up in the whole bridal shit for this nigga's album release shit. And they having a fake wedding where they get married. I'm like, God damn, they don't care about nothing but the money.
That's what's up. I am not mad at it because do I think their marriage was real? Yeah, actually I do. But if you gonna end it like that and be like, yo, we about to turn this into a whole thing, you gonna drop an album, I'm gonna get the whole fashion thing going, and we gonna get paid off of this. Yo, I'm over here taking notes.
That's a good way to be. I think the Kardashians have a mindset like the way I have a mindset, where they kind of detach themselves away from too much stuff emotionally, really. Mm. So when that divorce happens, she's fucked up. Well, she ain't fucked up to the point where she was like, you're not gonna see your kids, you're not gonna do this, I want everything. Like, she was like, hey, we can sell this. I'll take the house, the $36 million home. I'll take this. You can have X, Y, and Z. We'll do this. I'll help you promote your album. And when people see such and such, it's going on Shade Room, such and such, this, that, and the third. Whatever that gown was, I'm pretty sure people found out where that gown was made. Yeah. And now that business is booming from that.
Yeah, she wore the Balenciaga thing. Yeah. Shit, she did the Balenciaga thing before she even wore it to the Met. Honestly, when she wore it to the Met, it was a little like, saw it already. So, yeah, it's, but I mean, not everybody, you know, I guess breaks up and are like, you know, fighting and angry with each other and things like that. They're just so heavily in the public eye that, actually, did any of her relationships end that way?
What you mean? Messy?
Yeah.
No. Shit.
Well, shit.
Oh, shit.
And it could be messy, but as far as what we see,
the messiest
just ended.
I mean, the messiest one was probably the Ray J shit, and they was never married. It was just because we keep dragging out the whole sex
and she
shit.
was also a lot younger then too.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
But no, I haven't seen her in anything messy either. Actually, she really takes all of them, and she's gonna profit off of it anyway because she was filming a show. So all the relationships that ended, you know, or took place while Keeping Up with the Kardashians was having still a profit.
Kim got some good pussy because niggas keep marrying her. I say that. I like, people always call Kim a hoe, but I be like, something's going on because niggas keep putting a ring on her. That nigga from New Jersey that played basketball, she had a music producer when she was 19. Yeah. Kanye West.
Well, it could be that, but she's also very business savvy. And look at the people you listed. Like, some people in that industry, they don't want just a trophy wife, but also she's still a trophy wife. She's a trophy wife and she out here making her own money. You know, it might be, you know, maybe it's also that. I don't know, because she's always been that way since we started hearing about her. Any like serious relationship she had, that's been Kim. So
I mean, shit, if I could do this shit, I'd profit off my shit too. Shit.
Yeah,
all my old dick pictures coming out.
Oh my god, so it's like when at first I just got caught up in like the reality of it. So, like, I liked her at first, and then I didn't. And then, like, these past few years, I've been, like, just, all right, you did that, and then that, and okay. I'm more so just taking notes on things versus having a negative or even positive opinion on her. But we gotta wrap this show up, sir.
We done already?
Yeah, and we actually just shorted an hour anyway.
Oh.
We just started late, yeah.
Oh,
Believe
well,
it or
okay.
not,
well.
yeah. Oh, no, wait, we're at 48, 26.
Oh, so we got 12 more minutes?
Not really, because we started late and it's after 5. All right, we'll get 5 more minutes then, because I think we have one more topic.
Shit, we do, but I forgot what it was.
Aw, boo.
Shit. I mean, it's a whole lot of topics we can talk about. Bow Wow going back and forth with the Millennium Tour.
Did we skip about my birthday anyway? We got to talking so much shit. And then you dropped it about me and your birthday and still never came back to me.
Oh shit! All right.
Wow.
Happy birthday to
never
you.
Mind.
Happy birthday to you.
Never
happy
mind,
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Alright.
Was that the Stevie Wonder version?
I don't know what version that was.
Shit, my version. I remixed that shit.
Yeah, okay.
We should talk about that Chris Brown shit too. Like Drake and Chris Brown. Shit? You know they was getting sued by that dude that said that the Drake and Chris Brown song, he was like, they stole that from him. And they kept playing both versions. I was sort of like, nigga,
I don't want to talk about that.
You don't talk about Bow Wow beefing with the Millennium Tour niggas?
I don't want to talk about that.
Why? I always like talking about like, cause Bow Wow from Ohio and shit. Like he always starts shit. Then we had Omarion and Red. What is it? J Bull? No, what is this?
Oh, with the whole April shit.
Yeah, where you apologize and shit on.
I thought it was Lil Fizz, not J.
Look, I don't know the B2K niggas all like that. Like I said before, like I always call Omarion B2K anyway, cause those niggas are worthless.
That started trending.
Those niggas are worthless. You never heard nobody say, "Hey man, I heard that nigga J Bull."
Omarion, J Bud, Little Fizz. Oh, I did forget the one name. What? But I gotta be honest with you, I know their names from watching Love and Hip Hop.
Look, I mean, I can remember their name because Raz B, J Bull.
That's who I forgot, Raz B.
Raz B, yeah. So you gotta remember, like, you've never seen like no shit where you was like, man, I really heard Raz B on a song by himself, and you know what I'm saying, it was dope, or no shit like that. Like,
I mean, I haven't listened to them all like that ever. Like even from B2K to now,
they don't have any music without Omarion. It's B2K or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, even Omarion solo though, I didn't really listen to him.
Oh man, Omarion had two goals in his solo.
Shit all like that though, so I don't know. Like I remember the Icebox with
man. Omarion.
I remember that. Now that I remember.
Omarion be having a nice ass album.
And he has some other song that's playing in my head, but I can't think of none of the lyrics. But that's not really my kind of, like, I don't listen to that a lot anyway. So.
You don't listen to R&B?
No, I don't listen to R&B a lot at all. They're like, when you listen to like the fourth genre I listen to, maybe fifth.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't really listen to them that much.
I listen to it. Trust me, there's only B2K, and then there's Omarion. There's no J Bull solo song.
So who's your favorite boy band?
I don't even know what considered a boy band, because it would be like New Edition. Like
New Edition, Boys to Men, shit, Instinct.
Wait, is Pretty Ricky a boy band?
Mm-hmm.
I go with Pretty Ricky.
Or the Jackson 5.
I'm going with Pretty Ricky over Jackson 5.
Who would I pick?
Let me tell you something. Oh my God, them first two Pretty Ricky albums. Man.
I don't listen to that much either. And I didn't when they were out. I couldn't tell you last time. I know more about them also because of Love and Hip Hop. Like, I don't.
Them first two Pretty Ricky albums were so fucking cold. It was just no skips. That age ain't nothing but a number. You can't say that now. Man, back then when that shit dropped. Oh my God.
You really can't say it no more. You know they put Aaliyah music out. We never did bring that up. They put Aaliyah music out finally on streaming services.
I think they put out all the that whole label, Black Round or whatever.
I don't even thinking about her.
Because Tank's music came out too. Like 3 or 4 of his albums that was on that label came out.
Yeah, I ain't listening to him.
You don't listen to Tank?
Yeah, you know what? Now see, I will listen to Aaliyah, but she has more like upbeat beats. That's the thing with, like, I don't like not that I don't like it, but I don't listen to like a lot of the slow R&B. Yeah, Aaliyah was more like a hip hop.
So you ain't a Mary J. Blige fan?
Well, Mary J. Blige would be hip hop R&B a little bit too, but no, I'm not her biggest fan.
Not no good Mary J. Blige song.
And she cool, like pretty much all the singles that came out before like 2003 or 5 or some shit like that. Hell yeah.
You gotta understand.
But I'm not really listening to Mary J. Blige's albums and shit either.
Well, Mary J. Blige and Heartbreaker in a relationship with KC, guaranteed that album is gonna be fire, nigga.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Then I gave you the year range. Yeah, I listen to it, but I'm not. I don't even think I'm following her on Spotify. Like I don't think I've ever had her on rotation. Like she might have popped up on a playlist or something. Like I'll do a '90s R&B playlist.
A '90s R&B playlist. Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, did you see the BET Awards? Man,
why would I?
Man, I didn't watch it either. But then somebody was like, "Oh, they gave Nelly the some award and shit." Oh my God.
I did hear about that though. Yeah.
Man, I was at home. I seen that shit on YouTube. I put it on the big screen. I put my Band-Aid on. My eye, nigga.
We gotta get you to meet Nelly one day.
Yeah, it would be like when Nelly met LL that time. Like it'd be the same thing. I'd be like, oh man, nigga,
well, if you get to meet Nelly, I get to meet him. Now I'll probably end up in jail.
Yeah, you'll end up in jail.
I haven't really been listening to him that much lately. I'm not gonna lie. I listened to the last thing that came out because he did something for the soundtrack of the dumbest movie that I've seen in a while, Venom. So I did listen to that, but I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really like it. Like, I ain't gonna post about it. I was like,
There's been a lot of bad movies since it came out.
Yeah, James Bond movie was trash too. That movie was almost 3 hours long. And I didn't know that until I was watching it, because I don't even check like movie runtimes no more. And I'm like, yo, this isn't feeling like it's ended no time soon.
Halloween was trash.
I didn't see that yet. I did not see that.
You know what's bad?
Maybe I'll see that.
You know what's fucked up? People actually think that Squid movie is good. That Squid Game.
I haven't finished it because it got boring.
I'm like, and y'all are actually interested in this
episode
shit.
5. How far did you get?
Look, I've seen as a person that watches weird shit. I've watched like the overseas TV shows, so seeing that shit wasn't new to me. That's why when I seen it, I was like, oh, this is some Japanese shit. And then I was like, you know what? Yeah. Because I was like, yeah, I've seen this type of shit before. I don't want to see this shit.
Yeah, for you, maybe that's why. For me, and the way that it's done, I haven't. Like, we've seen, like, what's the movie? Something Games, something.
Hunger Games?
Yeah, like, we've seen that form of game, human game. But, yeah, I hadn't seen it in that way. Like, the storyline, but I think I'm only at episode 5, but that's kind of when it got a little boring, and I just kind of haven't cared yet to go. But I am, because I don't want nobody to spoil it.
Man, if you got like Netflix, just keep scrolling to the bottom of those categories and shit, and they'll get to like those movies. They're not in English. It's all subtitles and shit, and it's just like the weirdest fucking movies. Weirdest fucking movies. All right,
then
it's just like Squid Game.
All right, then we can wrap this episode up. You know, we went the wrong way. All right, so if you're watching Saturday Live, we start 4-ish p.m. Replays on Monday at 8 p.m. I think. 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. Please be sure to follow us. Fall through Stu 216 on everything. I'm BLK Pepper.
Hey, she gonna put my name down here anyway.
You can still saying.
Oh, my name is Maseratii and shit. Hey, y'all like my outfit? I got this with Klarna. They let you make 4 payments every 2 weeks.
That is like weird to me, but also not.
They don't even do a credit.
I don't even mean like you. I just mean like period.
They don't even do credit checks.
Really?
I was gonna run off on this shit. They gave me like $700 worth of credit.
Really?
$700 worth of shit. And I could just pay like
$20 I need some fall clothes. You always tell me stuff like way after the fact. Like you told me fucking PPP on the way you fucking like.
I mean, shit, there's still some shit out there, Ricky.
Well, then maybe you can tell me before it's too late.
Trying to get in on some scams?
Hold on. No, I am not.
Maseratii,
Miyagi.
Shit. You want a new business grant? Current business grant?
I do not. I don't. Alright, I'm BLK Pepper Potts.
Shit, I'm scamming ass Maseratii.
Thank you for watching. Goofy. Oh my god. You know who I miss?
You get up with the boots on, Ricky?
I miss AJ, yo. Uh-oh.
Ricky got the Mary J. Blige boots. That's why you want to say nothing bad about it.
I was waiting on you to say something.
I'll wait for you to crank the dance up. You should have said something about Lil' Kim dancing.
I was so